Yo guys, and welcome back towards this new video here on the channel. On today's video, I will be talking about Bitcoin, as well we'll be talking about the dollar index that is absolutely skyrocketing right now. I will be as well talking about the interest from retailers in this market, monthly support, and much more for the Bitcoin price section. So don't forget to right away smash up that like button, and let's jump right away in towards the content. So before I'm going to talk about the most interesting part, what is going to be the part where I talk about the dollar index, let me first of all do my analysis on Bitcoin here on the daily and lower time frames. So what we can currently see is actually a pretty bullish structure that Bitcoin is creating. Bitcoin on the daily time frame is currently creating a falling wedge structure. What is a typical bullish bias reversal structure? And since yesterday we closed this candle, this daily candle, into the green, we officially also confirmed the bullish divergence that right now is really probably going to show us we are going to see a significant price volatility getting created. So actually, I am longing this market right now. I am opening long positions out of anticipation that we're going to be moving up towards the upside. So this is actually looking pretty interesting if you would ask me. Daily time frame, falling wedge together with a bullish divergence is pretty likely to really see that movement towards the upside getting created from of this region, of course. Then also, we do still know that the funding rate has been still the moving average, the average funding rates are still extremely negative. They're really still showing us there's a huge opportunity for accumulating Bitcoin on that lower region where there is less interest, of course, for these people out there to really long a market. And if you're going to open your long position right now, you're going to get paid rather than to be paying for your position. And of course, looking back at historical price action, we do know that always once the funding rates are sitting extremely high, it is a bad time to open longs, and always once the funding rates are extremely low, it is a good time to look at those long positions. So since we are right now sitting extremely low at that funding rate level, I personally am anticipating a massive market movement towards the upside eventually. On the 4-hour time frame, however, we are still forming this what is it, broadening wedge we're currently forming with this middle resistance range here. As soon as we do break the middle resistance, I personally think we are going to see that top side of that broadening wedge again. But as long as we're not breaking through it, just like we did last time around, I personally won't really expect much further increasement in this price section from there on, of course. Also on the 1-hour time frame, you can clearly see we are forming a downward sloping trend line here, and personally I want to be seeing this downward sloping trend line getting broken. And just an hour ago we retested this level. And what I really want to be seeing here is a break above it. A break above the 39.7k will be, of course, have pretty bullish consequences for the price action of the Bitcoin chart. Then also looking at the 3-day time frame, we can currently still see that we're holding up pretty well here. Upper sloping support line getting created. We're bouncing from it every single time. So as long as we're holding up towards this upper sloping support line, the 3-day time frame is still looking particularly strong here. But on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin is of course coming down towards ranges where we could be potentially see a bounce from off, because personally I expect if Bitcoin is going to be bouncing, we're going to be bouncing from ranges where we are expecting to see a lot of liquidity at, and currently we are at the most volume traded ranges for Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. And due to that, I personally think there's a very high likelihood that we're going to get a very significant bounce from of this region we're currently trading in. So please do take this in notice. We're trading on volume support, and that could be having a very positive effect for the price section on the weekly time frame. Yes, do know we have been trading in this range for quite a while already, but this is a reaccumulation / distribution phase, and that is also what you can see due to the high amount of volume getting traded around this level. Is a high likelihood that this level will also act as a level where the price section is going to consolidate and really is going to shift those weak hands to strong hands, those short-term holders to long-term holders. There's really a price distribution going on right now here. But then let me talk about the most interesting part of this video, where I'm going to talk about the DXY. And right now it's time to be paying attention towards this video. So like you can see here on the weekly time frame, we formed this downward sloping trend line here on the DXY, and we absolutely smashed through it. But what is most importantly is, why is that DXY moving up here? For the last weeks it has been absolutely go exponential. It is sitting on 80 on the RSI index, and it has been basically moving up very quickly. Personally, I am thinking we are getting this movement towards the upside for the dollar index due to the weakness on other currencies, because the DXY is always measured against these other currencies right here. So if the DXY is moving up here, Bitcoin is moving down against the dollar. But since those other currencies are very weak here, because if we're going to compare the DXY against the euro, so let's do the US dollar against the euro, we can see that the US dollar is absolutely skyrocketing against the euro. And of course, if we're doing it the other way around, we can see that the euro is losing a lot of strength. So what does this mean? If we are then going to look at the chart of the BTC compared to the euro chart, we can see, of course, probably you're not really seeing a big difference here. But can you see the weekly time frame right here? We are forming a beautiful higher lows, of course, right? And if I'm then going to compare the Bitcoin against the US dollar chart, and I'm going to open it in a new pen here, and let me close this for a second here, and let me give this also, let me see, some candles, so you can compare it a little bit better, right? So on the lower side you can see Bitcoin against the US dollar, and on the top side you can see Bitcoin against the euro. I can already spot the difference. Bitcoin against the euro is so much stronger. Bitcoin is moving up so much more significant against the euro than the dollar. And I've got another chart for you guys out there, and let me quickly prepare this other chart for you guys out there. So I'm going to do BTC US dollar compared by the BTC to the euro chart. So what this chart is basically telling us is, let me do it the other way around, by the way, Bitcoin euro against Bitcoin US dollar. What this chart is basically telling us is how much more the Bitcoin against the dollar chart is increasing, right? So if I'm going to take a measure tool on the weekly time frame, and if we're going to measure from low to high here, we can see, and let me take a very average price here. Let's say beginning of the year. Let me search for the 1st of January 2021. That's here. So the beginning of the year to the day right now here, Bitcoin moved up approximately 7.88% against the Bitcoin US dollar valuation. So what we can see is that Bitcoin is gaining a lot of strength against the euro, what once again makes up this whole opinion and makes up this whole scenario. The DXY is moving up due to the weakening currencies like the euro, like the yen, and that is why we are moving up so more significantly against the euro the Bitcoin against euro pairs. And that is making it very interesting, because this is really showing that the US dollar is doing a pretty good job here. Because what is currently going on at the Central Bank of Europe, we are still printing a huge amount of money, and the Federal Reserve in America is trying to calm down the inflation. And yeah, Europe is not really doing that right now here, so we are having a little bit of a bigger problem. So for everyone out there that lives in Euro countries, just like I live in the Netherlands, of course, it is a very good thing here, because right now our purchasing power is increasing more significantly, and that is a very good thing to know here. Also, just look at, if we're going to compare the ruble, let me see. If you're going to compare the Bitcoin price action against the Russian ruble, you do know it had also that massive rally towards the upside, since the ruble lost a lot of its value, but then regained a lot of its value. So basically, you're seeing the same thing happening all over again, but right now for the Euro countries. So it is pretty interesting to see here. Of course, mainly we always look at Bitcoin against the US dollar, but I personally think the DXY is right now moving up due to the weakening of other currencies, and that is actually pretty interesting to see. That's pretty interesting to notice right now. Let me then right away also go in another very interesting thing, and that is, of course, this very cool chart that, let me see, Amish Crypto make here. So big shout out to you, of course. And he is saying retail is officially gone, with some old viewers left on the tube. Of the old viewers of the tube are actually leaving. So what he's basically telling here, and he's made a chart here on how much new weekly subscribers all these crypto YouTubers are getting, and I'm currently seeing it as well for myself here. I'm seeing a huge decline of new cryptocurrency subscribers coming towards my channel, and what you can see in the beginning of the 2021 rally, we saw a massive amount of hype come towards us. A lot of new retailers were flowing in towards the system, and right now, there are so many people leaving, and you can see on this chart that there are also actually people unsubscribing from channels. So basically what this is showing us is that the retail interest has never been more low than basically January 2021. I mean, even before that, the retail interest has been the lowest of all, and that is basically really this buy signal that I'm currently seeing here, because we've been basically saying to you guys out there, we've been basically always told everyone, if there's going to be a dip, there's going to be less interest, and that is the time that you want to be around here. Because in the periods where no one is really interested on, watching these crypto YouTubers talk about the cryptocurrency development, talking about the crypto space, how it is currently doing, and what kind of developments we're making, that is where the real money is made. And so many people they don't understand it. They are only going to be buying the top, and that is why only a few people will make it in crypto. There's just a very high amount of people that always go with the hype, and they're going to leave once it is not working out here. And that is how you are not going to make any money in crypto. You make money in crypto due to doing your due diligence and research in periods where markets are up or down. It doesn't matter when, you just keeps continuously doing it. And that is what we can currently see. It's a huge buy signal. Retail is leaving the space here. Retail is not interested in the cryptocurrency space here. And that is why it is a very good time for buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Of course, no financial advice here, but I mean, I am currently long here, like you can see. I've been making up this long position because I'm preparing myself for the next major rally on the market, and people call me crazy. I mean, I do see my subscribers are growing with maybe 30 subscribers a day. In the beginning of the year, I was growing with more than 300 to 600 a day here. So I do see the space is really leaving. There are many people leaving the space right now here. And that is why I am right now grinding. That is why I am building up these used positions. I am ready for the next rally. And this is, of course, a very good chart by this guy. It is so interesting about how we are seeing that growth and the disappearing of growth. And you can see also that there are many people unsubscribing as well, because some channels are losing subscribers. So that's pretty interesting. So please do note this. For everyone who's right now watching, we've been praying. We've been always praying for you to invest your time in Bitcoin once the markets are down, and the markets are down right now here, and this is the time to invest your time in crypto. Then also looking real quickly at the monthly chart for the Bitcoin price section, we can currently see, Bitcoin is still holding on monthly support. This is actually pretty interesting to see. Hopefully we could start to get this bounce and really spark this bounce to see higher highs going to create on the market once again here. Looking pretty interesting. And also very interesting thing to talk about is, of course, still this this supply that is older than 1+ year. Since the market is, of course, not really moving up here, we are seeing even more older supply entering the market. Less and less people are willing to actually sell their Bitcoin. And you can see on the bull market top, we always see this bottom right now getting created, because that is the point where a lot of new wallets step in here. And right now, since we're already a year later from that point, we're starting to see these wallets that entered Bitcoin in beginning 2022. They entered in Bitcoin in the beginning of 2021, end of 2020, and those wallets are starting to become a long-term wallet and 1+ year old wallet. And since those wallets have been through a lot of things, it's really not likely to see them actually sell off. And that is why once the 1+ year old wallets are really at a high, we usually tend to see that big market rally, right? Because there's less likely people that are actually going to sell off. So pretty interesting to see. Invest your time in crypto right now. It will be pay off massively. Also, at the same time, we can see we have not really had this for a long time, right? I've been talking about this funding rates for a while. People think, oh, this is not relevant, but this is extremely relevant. Funding rates still sitting negative here. There are many people shorting this market. There are many people really thinking the market is going to come down so massively that I am building up this long position, right? I am right now only in a 5% loss here. I don't care, because this has been an accumulation trade. I am going to accumulate more and more and more and more in towards this trade as time continues, because what my strategy with this trade is here is that I'm going to be buying at levels once the market is going to fall down here. So I'm going to average in on a very nice price here. If you do want to be joining me with any trades here, check out the link in the description right now here. But this is the time that you want to be setting up that account on Bybit. This is the time that you can open legendary swing trades, because there is almost no interest, what we just discussed here. And that is why I am, of course, extremely excited with my trading position over here. I am going to keep this position open. And if Bitcoin maybe is going to reach 100K, maybe I'm going to make a few million from this trade here, because we've got a very good entry. So please don't come and don't come to me and say stop shilling Rover once this trade is at insane profits, because this is probably a pretty legendary trade we're about to open here. I mean, that we already opened. So if you're interested in swing trading, check out the link in the description for Bybit. I'm only using a Forex leverage, so the risk is very low for the potential high reward. Do I really think Bitcoin is going to move down to 20K? It's a possibility. But I've been long enough in the space to really not freak out if that happens, because I will be just keep continuously buying more and more and more in towards this trade here, because I'm not going to stop accumulating further in towards this trade before I run out of money. And of course, I'm really willing to maybe put it up towards 1 million, maybe 2 million US dollars. So I am definitely very excited about what I will be able to do with this trade. But let's freaking go, guys. Thank you so much for watching towards this amazing new update video. If you did enjoy it, smash up the like button. It was once again a little bit of a different kind of a video, but hopefully you did enjoy it. Make sure to invest your time right now in crypto, since there are many people leaving a space there. I mean, I don't really say this a lot of times, but this is really the time. This is really the time to invest your time in crypto. And we've been praying years and years to all those people that were on the peak of the market to pay your attention once the market is down. Everyone, once we were trading on 60K, wish we got the dip. We've got the dip right now, and you got to do the next step. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.